Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at Lord Pumpseed, ranked all the way to rank 5. So we're going to go rank by rank so you can see the evolving trait, you can see the skill you get at every single rank up. This is going to be awesome. So I just got Lord Pumpseed all the way to rank 1, and I have the added trait Tough. All status effects have a 35% less accuracy against this target, and let's level up my Pumpseed and check out the new skill I get. So at rank 1, here we'll click on change skill, we get Fear itself, applies a 3-turn death countdown to one enemy, activates all cooldowns on all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies. So this does two things. This can target monsters that have the dodge area trait, like a Wormlad, so this can potentially give Wormlad 3-turn death countdown, and at the same time you still activate an AoE cooldown activated. So it's still an AoE cooldown's activated with that single target 3-turn death countdown, and it's also an AoE bleed. It's also a torture skill, so that is pretty powerful. Let's continue. Well, I guess I can show you his stats unranked. So not unranked, at level 105, 3668 power, 37555 life, and 3737 speed. And let us go beyond. Let's rank him up to the next rank up and see what he has to offer here. So we're gonna speed this up, go to feed, and let's see. So taking him to level 110, rank 2, the new skill we get is change skills. Bam! The honking, which removes positive status effects from one enemy, disables trait on one enemy. Whoa! This is awesome! And it applies corrupt and burn to one enemy. This is basically very similar to Dragar's skill. Dragar has a skill called Fuse Radar, which in my opinion is one of the most meta skills in the game. It is so powerful because you can literally always deny. There's like no chance of not denying. So with the honking, you remove positive effects. So the enemy has evasion, if they have skill mirror, if they have anything positive they may have, it's going to be completely gone. It's removed. After that, you immediately trait disable, which is super good because if the enemy monster has bulwark, you might not land your effect. But nope, you remove the positive effect, then you trait disable, and then you apply corruption. So you're going to possess the enemy. It's a guaranteed possession. And on top of that, you also decide to burn the enemy. How cool is that? This skill is fantastic. This also allows you to chain possess, because keep in mind, if you already possess the enemy with a skill, like maybe you had another monster go and do AoE possession, when the monster gets possessed, they get immune to possession, but the honking removes positive effects, so you can literally chain deny with this skill. This is amazing, and I mentioned Dragar in my previous in part 1, because Dragar and Lord Pumpseed, they work really well when you have Lord Pumpseed to rank 3, and you have that minor accuracy reduction, minor blind on the enemy, because Dragar applies Sunburn at the start of the battle, which reduces accuracy. So then imagine having Lord Pumpseed and Dragar both with the skill that can trait disable and then deny. Fuse Radar does a stun, and then this has a corruption. I imagine in the future there's going to be a monster that can remove positive effects, trait disable, and then freeze. It's just bound to happen. So this is honestly a really great skill. And stats for Pumpseed at level 110 are 3828 power, 41199 life, and 3900 speed stat. Alright, let's get him to rank 3. At rank 3, this is when you get your evolving trait again, and when you also get your other skill. By the way, there's that minor blind, status caster minor blind. And so let's take him to rank 3. Alright, and so let's see the skills. The next skill we get is Heyman! Heyman Ghost Carnival. Applies a random torture skill to all enemies. Okay. Removes positive effects to one enemy. Okay, that's weird. Normally we've seen skills that remove positive effects first and then does the effect. But in this case, you apply random torture to everyone first and then you remove positive effects. Which means that monster you're targeting has evasion, it's not going to get hit with a random torture. But let's keep going. It applies corrupted to one enemy. Awesome. Applies corrupt. Whoa, this is... Oh my gosh. This is the first of its kind. This is the first monster to do this. So there's a few ways to look at this. And I love it. So, this is literally the counter to dodge area monsters. Because dodge area monsters, you can't do an AoE skill against them. So that's when SocialPoint started doing, hey, target one monster, AoE damage. But now, this monster does single corruption, which, in the example if we're facing a Wormlad, you do corruption on Wormlad, and then you still do AoE corruption. So then you can still deny the enemy team. It's an AoE skill masked as a single targeted skill that does single target. So that's awesome. And if you do this skill against a monster that doesn't have dodge area, but instead has a bulwark, let's say you're attacking Samael. Samael has bulwark, it's double corruption on Sammy, and then corruption to the allies. So this skill is phenomenal. This is incredible. And I already forgot about the random torture, but that's icing on the cake. Heyman Ghost Carnival is incredible. Wow, honestly, I think his best two skills might be the honking and Heyman Ghost Carnival. So I think if you can get Lord Pumpseed to rank 3, this is when he truly shines. I mean, obviously at rank 5 he shines even more because of his true vision, but just having these two is incredible. It is so darn incredible. And again, Fear itself is good for that single curse countdown and AoE cooldown activated. It's nice to have a cooldown activated like that. Dang, let's keep bringing him up though. Really quickly, just want to showcase that Status Caster Minor Blind. Alright, let's get him to rank 4. So at rank 4, rank up, speed, yes. At rank 4, check this out. Level 120, his stats will be... Alright, his stats will be info, 41, 47 power, 48, 996 life, and 42, 25 speed. And then, as for his last and final skill, Sons of Witches. Removes positive effects from all enemies, applies Mega Corrupted and Ignite to all enemies. Wow, it is a Mega Corrupted. This is... wow. Remember when Gorg got released? Gorg has a skill that removes positive effects and then stuns. And that's like, wow, that's so game breaking. Because at the time, Elvira was really dominating. And Elvira started the game off with evasion. You know, we have Remtar that starts the game off with skill mirror. If you face Ragnarök, Ragnarök has a random status caster. It could be skill mirrors, could be evasion, could be a ton of things. Well, with Lord Pumpseed, he's like, hey, I'm going to remove positive effects from everyone. Then I'm going to Mega Corrupt everyone. Oh, and on top of that, I'm also going to Ignite everyone. Not only is he doing like one of the best denials, Possession, he's also doing one of the best torture skills, Ignition. So it goes without saying, this skills group 4 is one of the best that we've seen. I mean, gosh, Lord Pumpseed can honestly rival Warmasters the way I see it. Just incredibly phenomenal. Did we go over stats? I think we went over stats, so let's take him to rank 5. Let's take him all the way to rank 5 to showcase him at his fullest potential. Look at that. Look at that. True vision, which means he's not going to be missing. Anything he dishes out, it'll always land 100% of the time. And again, at rank 3, that Minor Blind, the enemy starts off with accuracy reduced. 35% of the time you don't get hit with negative effects. This, immune to death countdown and sudden death effects, this could really help you out, especially because we're seeing a lot of monsters that can do 100% chance to instant kill. Well, if you have Lord Pumpseed on your team, you don't have to worry about the enemy doing that, because he's not going to be able to kill you, the enemy. Alright, we have Grave Digger, you're immune to possession, corruption, nightmares. That's really good, because you do not want this monster being possessed. And then this is, I think, is just a way to make him stand out, to make him be really cool. So here we have Lord Pumpseed. Let's take him all the way to level 130. Oh my goodness, this monster is powerful. He is powerful. There we go. Alright, his stats are 44, 66 power, 57, 471 life, and 45, 50 speed stat. And again, I think it goes without saying, if you have this monster, you want to give him 3 speed runes, your absolute best speed runes. Because if he's fully ranked up, he's going to be going before any enemy monster, really. So, Lord Pumpseed. And let's give him that level 10. So, check this out, just for comparison. Just for comparison's sakes, let me put my Thalassa. Thalassa has 3 level 10 speed runes, and her speed is 9242. Lord Pumpseed only has 1 level 10 speed rune, and the other are level 9, and his speed is 9237. 9237, 9242. So Thalassa beats him by a couple points, but she has all 3 level 10 runes, whereas Pumpseed only has 1 level 10 rune and 2 level 9 runes, which just showcases just how fast of a monster he is. So, I am going to have so much fun with this. Let's go through his skills again, so you can see them. So, again, the honking, in my personal opinion, and Heyman Ghost Carnival, these are the real standout skills to me. I think they're phenomenal. I mean, you can just see the amount of stuff you can do. If you start the game off with Heyman Ghost Carnival, which applies random torture, removes positive effects, and corrupts everyone, right? Corrupts one enemy, applies corruption. So this is AoE corruption, essentially. On your next turn, you can literally do Sons of Witches, because you remove positive effects first, you can apply the possession again. So you can chain possess, and then on your next turn, you remove positive effects again, so you can literally chain possess again. If some enemy monster happens to survive 3 turns, you can Heyman Ghost Carnival them, you can Sons of Witches them, and you can Honking them. And actually, Sons of Witches is a Mega Corruption, so you can literally possess an enemy monster for 4 turns, and by then you can do another skill again. Wow. And then you have AoE cooldowns activated. Wow. Normally when you have a skills group 4, there's still some skills from skills group 3 that you want to input on this monster. I feel like this is the kind of monster that you can run all of his skills group 4 and you'll be fine. Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, maybe the 100% stamina can still come in handy if you're going up against monsters that can be possessed. Master and Cadaver could still come in handy with all that stamina draining potential. But my goodness, I think I don't even need this anymore. One thing you'll notice about this monster is that he doesn't deal damage, right? Look at this. Luckily, he has torture skills, but he doesn't deal any damage, so he's not really going to be triggering any relics, which is a pretty good thing. But this also means this skill can't trigger, so I do want to give him something like the Energizer Staff or the Cane of Atlantis if you have it. The only way to run Oblation Staff is if you run one of 2 skills, because he only has 2 skills that deal damage. One is Dry Hard, the AoE Ignite and Burn, and the other skill is Nightmare on Floaty Islands. So, just putting that out there so that you can be aware. And again, with a mask, whatever you have to work with. If you have a healing mask, if you have an exhausting mask, just utilize whatever you can utilize. Alright, so time to partner up this monster, and we are going to go with just some team speed holders, so we can do that. Let's see, I think I'm going to do Cloud. I believe I can do Cloud and Rossi God, because they have some of my higher team speed. Or Gakora's ready to go. So, Rossi, Gakora, alright, this is going to be fun. And we're going to be taking on some tough opponents. So, alright, let's do this. Lord Pumpseed in all his glory. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I'm poor. So 2 attacks and I'll probably be able to get a gem somewhere. Alright, so actually let me get that gem and I'll come right back. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so I want to fight a Wormlad base first. That Sammy Ragnarok base would have been good too, but I really want to face a Wormlad base. So let's see if we can find it, and we're gonna start off by taking on the base on the far right. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. I have Lord Pumpseed. Why wouldn't I be sure? Alright, let's do this. Click fights, and let's see. What are we taking on? A Clipium, a Wormlad, and a Hukuai, and look, there's that Minor Blind. 25% accuracy reduction. I love it. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Applies 3 turn death countdown to one enemy. The taunt will trigger, so I'm going to have to target him. I have Sons. I can do... Gosh, I don't know. What do I want to start with? So, I think I'm going to trade disable just to get rid of that taunt. So, as you can see, any positive... Well, he didn't have any positive effect, but basically he just got trade disabled. We'll do Charge with Resonance. Claw Swipe, that's fine with me. So now I can do Heyman Ghost Carnival. Which, here, let me go ×1 speed. Applies a random torture to all enemies. You'll notice that'll miss on Wormlad. But I'm still going to be able to corrupt Wormlad, and at the same time, I'm going to be able to corrupt Hukuai. Well, I would be if he wasn't immune to torture. But, Heyman Ghost Carnival. Check it out. See, blocked, but it still landed because that initial corruption is a single target, not an AoE. Isn't that just lovely? Here, let's do Lord of Beginnings. Alright, in this case, I'm going to do... Oh, what to do? Removes positive effects from all enemies. We'll do the Honky in here. Let's get rid of this trade disable. Alright, beautiful. Gosh, I love it. Ah, he did a self skill. Alright, there's my relic triggering to give me stamina. Let's do... Applies 3 turn death countdown to one enemy and activates cooldowns. Well, let's go ahead and do... Sons. Removes positive effects, Mega Corruption, and Ignite. So, this will just... Well, he had positive effects block, so that's why his... Immunity to corruption did not get removed. Otherwise, he would have been corrupted. Here, let's remove those positive effects. Bam. See? Because... Okay, so you saw that with Rossi God, the skill I used, it said one enemy, but it was the AoE removes positive effects from the enemy. It had no effect on Wormlad because it's still treated as an AoE skill, whereas the skill I did on the first turn is not treated as an AoE skill. So here, we'll just do Fearlessness. And Fear itself applies 3 turn death countdown, activates all cooldowns. So even though he has skill mirror, I'm not afraid of activating it because check this out. We'll go ×1 speed. Fear itself, blocked, bleed added, bleed activated, and check it out. My allies only got hit with the bleeding. Why? Because keep in mind, one of my traits is that my team, myself and my team, we're all immune to death countdown and sudden death effects. So I don't have that sudden death, the 3-train death countdown, but the enemy, they do. So we'll recharge. We'll recharge again. Worm Lad, what are you going to do? Righteous Evil, that's cool with me. 2 turns before death. Recharge. See, my cooldowns did get activated. Lost my Lord Pumpseed. My goodness, thank goodness he doesn't have Revival Essence, because then he would be one tough... He's already a tough monster, but he would be even tougher. I think we can end there. Oh gosh, what should I do? Here, I'll do this. I think Hukwai would die with all those tortures. Yup. And I gotta exit out because if not, Wormlad would have attacked, would have lost his turn, and he would have died. So, what do you guys think about Pumpseed? Pretty darn powerful, right? Again, his skill set, his skills group 4 is so darn powerful. I can't get over the fact that it's literally a fused radar that also does burn, but it corrupts. You have a... I think my favorite part is that we have an answer to dodge area. Like, that's crazy, because we haven't had an answer to dodge area, but now he actually provides one. Here, let's take on the base on the left, just because it's a good showcase of being able to counter evasion and whatever else they throw at me. So, let's do this. Let's see. Oh, mere damage and evasion. Good thing I have Sons of Witches, which removes positive effects and then does Mega Corruption. So look at that. Everyone got hit with Mega Corruption. Everyone got hit with Ignition. Why? Because I have True Vision. I can literally not miss. I'm going to go ahead and charge with Resonance. And then Death Door. Ouch. I can do... Let's see. What do I want to do? Just for fun, let's trade Disable over here. And then we shall recharge. Fear itself. I don't want to activate cooldowns. You know what? I will activate cooldowns so they don't hurt themselves. So I'll activate cooldowns. I also have Bleeding. And again, I don't have an attacker on my team necessarily. Yeah, I don't have an attacker. It's all support. But thanks to the fact that I have torture skills, I'm able to win. Essentially, I'm not actually going to win. And here's an example of me being able to deny, even though Thetis has recently possessed or corrupted. Hey man, Ghost Carnival? Nope, still corrupted you. How cool is that? That is so darn awesome. Alright, Pumpseed, you have seriously impressed me. At rank 5, definitely at rank 5. Super impressive. Unranked, he was pretty cool too. But just using him now, it's like, wow, he's a whole different monster. Alright, we'll take on the base on the middle. As you can see, I'm lowering in trophies, so the battles aren't necessarily as good anymore. But I hope you can still enjoy. The Minor Blind kicks in. I have my True Vision. I can literally do any attack and it'll land. I think this time I want to do... Guys, they're all just so good. Let's do the Random Torture. Let's do the Random Torture and Possession. So, notice how it said Corrupt blocked? That's because the first corruption landed. So what did I apply? Nanovirus, Curse, and Sunburn. So watch. This is why I keep mentioning Dragar. Sunburn inflicts low light damage, accuracy reduced by 15%. So if you have Lord Pumpseed and Dragar on the same team at the start of the battle, the enemies will have Sunburn and Minor Blind, so that accuracy is reduced from the very beginning without even having to do anything. And then Lord Pumpseed can just dominate with his status cast, not with his status caster, he can dominate with his 3-turn death countdown, activating cooldowns, with his corruption, with his trait disable corruption. He is just so darn powerful. Let's see it again in action. Or actually, watch, immune to corruption. Honking doesn't care about that. Let me trait disable you and corrupt you, and now you have burning. My goodness. Here, we're gonna recharge. And what do I do? Fear itself? Nah. Well, yeah, I can do bleeding. Here, let me give everyone bleeding as well as everything they already have. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm glad Fatid is there. Next thing we're gonna try is... Alright, we'll quickly do Heyman Ghost Carnival before we end the battle and move on to just testing some team stuff. So, as you can see, I got rid of the positive effect on this monster and I was able to corrupt. Alright, so you've seen enough of him in PvP. If possible, I'm gonna try to increase my trophies and do even more battles because I'm at the point where they're all level 100 and I really want to take them up against some of those tough bases we see, the 130s, the Dunraws, the Wormlads, the Ragnaroks. I think that'll be fun. But for now, let's just test some stuff. So one of the things that's very interesting about this monster is his immunity to sudden death and all the combos you can do with that, right? So here's what we're gonna try. We're gonna try pairing this monster up with monsters that can instant kill. Wait, does Fatsid really have an instant kill? I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily instant kill. We'll see what happens. And maybe who else? Nux the Condemned? I think he has an instant kill. It might be 100% life drain, which is different. Where are you, Nox? And I might have to get rid of my mask, because with that mask, it'll be harder to actually kill anyone. So let me see. I can't find them. Oh, Spirit Reaper, there you are. Alright, so here, let's try really quickly. ×4 speed. Recharge. Recharge. And let's see. Resurrects one ally. No, not that one. Infected Breath. Oh, you know what? I don't even have the right skills. So I guess this is a perfect time to actually make sure I have the right skills. So let's get rid of my mask real quick. Awesome. Let's put in a Fatsid. Awesome. And this is actually the perfect time to check what he actually does. Where is it? Removes 100% of total life. Yeah, so 100% of total life isn't actually a sudden death or instant death, so I don't think that'll actually work. Let's go Dark. Nox the Condemned. Nox the Condemned. Where are you? Spirit Reaper, I believe you had team speed. There you are. So do you have an instant death? Is it total obliteration? Not total obliteration. Removes 100% of total life. No, so it's still 100% total life reduction. So I need a monster that doesn't instant death. And we'll talk about one that players have been sending me information about, and we'll talk about how quite groundbreakingly awesome it is. But let me just quickly see. Incognita? No, Cassia. Light lives in you. I don't think... Okay, so we're just going to test this for the sake of testing, but I think we're just going to end up just talking about it. So really quickly, adventure map. Doesn't matter. Click fight. You know what? This is a good showcase of Lord Pumpseed. So, the Honkin. Look, trade disable, corruption, burning, beautiful. Let's do Suns, Mega Corruption, Hey Man, Ghost Carnival, Random Torture to everyone. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to do Trader Eater. And, yep, he's dead, because that's not a sudden death or a curse countdown kind of skill. Bring him back. Alright. So, they're attacking themselves. Alright. Immunity to corruption. I don't think so. Here's a Mega Corruption. See, the fact that you can chain just like that, to me, is insane. Like, it's back to the old days of being able to chain possession and being able to chain whatever we wanted. That's insane. Alright, so what I really do want to talk about, that, again, a bunch of players have been telling me about, is his immunity to sudden death, immunity to curse countdown, in particular with war spells. So for those of you that don't know, this is war spells, and there's a few skills he has in his arsenal that are kind of a gamble. One of them is Berserker Ritual, which applies triple damage to an ally, but the ally will die after one turn, and you give yourself an extra turn. But again, this delayed kill, it won't have any effect. So it's essentially a free triple damage for 2 turns, and you give yourself an extra turn. And then this can synergize with Anticipator. No, wait, the Great Evasiork, which applies evasion for 2 turns to all of your allies. All of your allies get evasion for 2 turns. The downside to this skill is that you have a 50% chance to killing yourself. So again, instant kill chance, but with your Lord Pumpseed, you can't. So, if it works out the way we're thinking it's going to work out, you essentially have a guaranteed triple damage to an ally, and then you have a guaranteed 2-turn evasion to all of your allies. That is crazy. But wait, there's one more, and that's this skill right here. Packed with Dark Forces. Gives 1 extra turn and 25 stamina to itself. Okay. And you have a 50% chance of killing itself. So it's a free extra turn skill. The downside, the reason people wouldn't use this skill is because 50% of the time you would end up dying. But with Lord Pumpseed, you probably aren't going to die. So this skill can literally be spammed an infinite number of times. So ideally you would spam for your ult. And what does your ult do? Your ult heals all allies by 100%, gives 100% of stamina to all allies, and removes negative effects. So you essentially get a full reset. Isn't that awesome? That's pretty cool. You can literally do Berserker Ritual, right? Give an extra turn, you can do Pact of Dark Forces until you can do Berserker Ritual again and give both of your allies triple damage. So now 2 of your allies have triple damage. You can do Pact of Dark Forces and keep spamming it till you have your ult, and then you can give everyone evasion. Like, it's insane. If it works out because of Lord Pumpseed's trait, that'll be pretty awesome. So yeah, that's the synergy with war spells I want to mention. And I think with that being said, that is going to conclude this video, this exclusive first look at a fully fledged rank 5 level 130 Lord Pumpseed. He is truly a devastating monster. He is so darn powerful. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Once again, a huge thanks to SocialPoint for giving me the chance to do this exclusive first look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this monster? Thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.